Cool. So, go ahead, start off with some sound effects.
Yes. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah. Say more.
We started like this is real.
Yeah.
Like it's the real thing.
It's like we started and we didn't start.
We started.
All right. Well, to first say, welcome y'all to the Say More podcast. This is the intersection of music, art, sports, fashion, mental health, and real life. And we're just gonna have some conversations that most people don't get to start on their own. Now we got Ceez, we got Chris in the building.
He's in the building.
Big special guest.
Big special guest. So this is ahead of his July 2nd Godspeed live at the Maroon Arts Lab. How you feel about that?
I'm feeling thankful, bro. This is like an idea that I've had in my mind and my heart for a while. It's something that I think we've been working towards, just with music and community and the momentum we've been building. And it's a big challenge. It would mean something to me to be able to complete this. So I'm feeling thankful. I'm excited, and we getting into that space too, where you're just in that locked in mode. So that's how I'm feeling.
I love it.
And so, in terms, I see you doing a lot of ticket sales physically. So you get outside for you going to Juneteenth on the Ave.
Yeah, we got tickets.
Arts Lab, and then you got it on.
Always.
Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta show the camera the tickets. Like you put out like the money spread on them real quick. Like that was crazy. I like that.
Yeah. We got the VIP tickets. We got the golden tickets. We got the general admission tickets. And I think this is one. It's just to be in person. You know what I'm saying? Like just to make sure when I bump into somebody, it's a conversation we can have, and bringing it back to like a tangible. You know what I'm saying? You can cop online. Anybody can cop online, but also, if you bump into me, I got that for you.
I got him on me.
That's it.
Get him right now.
That's it. Covering all bases.
I love it. Raise more community. I feel like
you know what I mean.
It's more connection. It's when I sold tickets. When you sell tickets and stuff, when you actually meet the person, and actually get that conversation, because it's not just here. You have to probably sell the ticket. Like, why should I come? Why should I give my money? I think that adds more. So when they see you and complete the performance, it's nice.
It's a fact, bro.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
Do you feel like though, even like now with the way the world is, like social media has of course taken over everything, but when you think about the in-person interaction, do you feel like there's something that's missing, like especially for music right now? So you talk about the Master P's, like they was moving units out the trunk, you know what I'm saying? So now you're bringing back that kind of element where you're in the streets selling tickets. Do you feel like the person is missing?
I think it's an opportunity that we can lean more into. I would say it's missing, but I know a lot of people who do it. Like Richie was saying, you do it. I know Joey H, mad people, when we were putting on shows, like my loved ones and people who I'm connected with, we'll do physical tickets. That's just part of that process. I think it's something that's more community driven though. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times if somebody is doing the show at Schottenstein Center, it's not likely that they're gonna be out pushing their physical tickets.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? So with something that's more intimate like this, I want to look out to the crowd and see people who I know and have good connections with.
Yeah.
I think that's the opportunity right there. But yeah, in general, music, I think physical, tangible items are always good because it's an audio format. So the more you can bring something physical to it, I think it's always going to be a win. Tickets is just one of those ways to do it.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I mean?
So I always connect the Maroon Arts Lab to you. You posted a video, probably I think last year, you and Dojo, and you was rapping into it, right?
Yeah.
So to me, the Maroon Arts Lab means a lot to you. So I want to really expound on what does it mean to you and why you chose to have your live experience there.
Yeah, Maroon Arts Group just does good work. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it for a long time in the city. That area that they're located in Bronzeville, that's our historic Black cultural hub. You know what I'm saying? Specifically for the arts. Going back generations, that's where the Black artists came through and were able to express themselves, from a long lineage. And I'm saying, people who were otherwise excluded from being able to stay at certain hotels or perform at certain theaters. You know what I'm saying? People like Muhammad Ali, people like Dr. King, those type of people would be down in them spaces. So. And the entertainers of the like. So that's why I think that area and that group is important. And of course, Mag is doing a lot to preserve and push that forward. And then just what it means for the community, even with the King Arts Complex, when that Pythian Temple was being activated by them, it was a place where people from the community will pull up and do shows. You know, kids of our community would do plays, and the creatives will all be there. So I just think it's something that can be continued, and it's important to bring that energy back into that space. Again, it's there. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of people that's activating it, and I want to add to that as well. Yeah.
After we talk about history, we want to know what made you get into music? What made you get into artistry?
What's up, Keith?
What's up?
I was born into that space. You know, my mom is a music lover. My family is music lovers. My mom sings. My papa plays bass guitar. I come from, you know, a family of artists and musicians, you know, through and through on all sides of my family. And so that being said, I was just born into it. You know what I'm saying? It was something that I was always
Shout out Pawpaw too, because he be
Yeah, facts. He's back cool. He's just back cool, bro.
Solid dude.
He's
period.
playing in the band. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
playing in the live performance.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
On the set.
Yeah, so we doing a live band for the show, and we got keys, we got bass guitar. My papa's on lead guitar. We got saxophone, we got drums. You know what I'm saying? Me on vocals, and then all our guest performers that was on the album. So yeah, but yeah, my papa. You know what I'm saying? So it's generations of it. My uncle Brandon is a producer, and I feel like I'll be telling this story, and it helps to really frame how I ended up being a rapper. But basically, my uncle Brandon was a producer. When I was learning how to speak, he would be telling me like to freestyle. He would be making these beats on FL, which at that time people wasn't even calling it FL. And he just thought it was funny, but he was like, yeah, freestyle. So I'm like 2 and 3 years old trying to freestyle over tracks, and it actually is how I learned to understand language. So I feel like, yeah, I really have been doing it for a long time. I started recording when I was maybe like 12 or 13. Yeah, I was the first person to put me in a proper music studio and help me make a mixtape. And I was like 13, 14 at that time. You feel me? So I just been blessed. But yeah, it's been like that for a long time.
That's insane.
It's crazy, right?
So people know Chris from your music, right?
Mm-hmm.
But who is like Chris like in this season? Like who is Chris Earn in this season that you're in right now?
We was just chopping about this before we actually got the podcast started. But I feel like as far as music goes, like my music is always I think my music is reflective of like where I was maybe like a year and a half ago. And I think that'll probably always be the case, because I gotta have the experience, process the experience, and be able to share it, allow people to digest that experience. And then while that's happening, I'm living and continuing my life. So where I am right now is a much more reserved space. I think God has been exposing like a lot of areas within me that I need to reflect on, and I need to develop in. A lot of areas that I was trying to like avoid, or a lot of things that I thought I could skip over that I just can't, because the best version of myself demands those to be addressed. So when you're in that kind of space, or when I'm in that kind of space, I want to be more to myself and reflect, and be quiet and listen. And so yeah, that's where I'm at personally. Honestly, like I'll be trying to stay out the way, but it is an interesting balance, because you know, with the music, we pressing this line, we got a show.
Gotta be out here
doing whatever it takes to make sure people know what's going on. So it just adds a different layer. But there's definitely a difference between what's going on musically and what's going on personally, and I think that kind of helps like drive everything along.
Yeah.
Do you ever struggle with that battle though? Like you just said, when you're going through things you're going through eternally, but you have to go outside and do a whole performance, or go outside and sell tickets. Do you ever like just, how's that battle for you? How you get over it? Not get over it, but how you deal with it?
Definitely, it's definitely a battle. It's difficult because I want to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I always want to be honest. So even if I know I have to turn up a certain part of my character, based on whatever the environment is, I never want to be representing something that's inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? That don't reflect who I am. So I think it just takes a level of, you know, paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And being present in a moment. Being present in a moment takes a lot of energy in general. You know what I'm saying? You can walk into a space and kind of be tuned out, and you can make your way through. You know what I'm saying? But based on how I'm navigating, I'm not tuned out. Like I'm present. I'm interacting with people, regardless of what it is. So yeah, it is difficult because of those things, but it's it's something to be managed, and I know that it wouldn't exist if it wasn't like an opportunity. First, I was like, dang, I gotta change something because I'll be feeling different when I'm over here. I need to feel the same way across the board every time I'm. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a human, so I know that that's not going to be the case. I think it's just coming to terms with that. You know what I'm saying? And making sure I'm still being me in every space I'm stepping into.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Tough though. It'd be tough for sure.
So for you, like, you know, music, I feel like is a gateway. It's therapy. It's all that. So even with the Say More, you know, podcast, we're really big on talking about mental health and just figuring out where you are as a person and, you know, figuring out self-care. So how does that look? I see you got your tea right now.
Sure.
Before we started the podcast, you had to go get your tea. It was tea time. So
Tea time.
So how important is like the mental health aspect of what you do, and how does it naturally flow into kind of your music?
I want to hear from y'all though too, because
Yeah.
I just thought like, dang, I wanted to y'all feel that same way, just about being in public spaces and then whatever you might be going through on a personal scale. So, okay, but to your point, yes, I'll respond to that. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm like, dang, I wonder what y'all think about this. Mental health, I mean, it is vital, of course. It goes without saying that like coming up for us, that's not something that's always like majorly highlighted. I just started therapy.
That's dope.
I need a sound effect for that.
All that.
Oh man, it's dope. So I just say that to say like, you know, coming up for us, that's not it's not like a major element or like a major thing that is promoted or like focused on.
Yeah.
And I think also, especially for people who's like have a hustler's mentality, it's like you're going to make it. Are you going to make it happen or not? You feel me?
Regardless of what's happening with you,
Yeah.
right?
Like get to it or don't get to it. So, and I think that there's some benefit to that, but it can be a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, at what cost are you going to get to it? You know what I'm saying? And what will you have left to get to it? And what does it mean to get to it? Whatever that is. So, as I set my goals, you know what I'm saying, as I find myself getting into these modes where it's like I need to accomplish this thing or I need to see this idea through, I'm being a lot more, I'm asking myself a lot more questions about why, you know what I'm saying, and how are you showing up like throughout it. And that makes me reflect on my mental health, because it's making me question like my motivations for things, the sources of energy that I'm pulling from in order to be able to do stuff. So yeah, I think that's how like my reflection on mental health shows up, you know, throughout what I'm doing musically.
Y'all want to jump in?
Yeah,
I mean, because you got multiple things.
Nah, right. I was about to say, I was thinking about it. It's a great question that we posed, because I think even I used to try to put both people as the same. I was always think of two, like Richard and then some time of where I have my creative stuff, and then me as just a person. I used to try to make it one person, especially in college, where people would see my music and then it'd be the same person. That took a lot of like stress on me, and I think I really found beauty in separating the art and the real person, where I can post stuff or I can act and do music and do all that stuff and be characters literally, and then go and find the beauty in talking to my family, talking to people who don't see me online, who sees the real me, and then relaxing and exploring my real self, doing things I like beyond just posting or beyond just acting, or going to the studio, just really relaxing with myself, and then having that same energy and just a different, I don't know, mindset or perspective towards the art person, where it's not much pressure. Like I go over here, I just click it on and off. It's cool. That's where I'm at really right now. So it's not really that hard. It used to be though. I will say that it used to be tough. Honestly, I'm interested what you think though, because I'm always interested when, of course, you're our pastor and stuff like that, where I'm always interested when you have your own stuff going on, because you're like, I've grown up with you. You literally, since my teen pastor days, like you have your own life, you have a family, of course, and then you have to be a pastor for a lot of people. Like you have to be somewhere people come to every Sunday and really get a word from and get lessons from. People look forward to you, and I would always wonder, like when you have your own stuff going on, how do you handle that, being a pastor and being a real man you are? So yeah.
I think the biggest thing I'm learning right now is the balance of being in seclusion, but also the balance of being in community at the same time, right? So there are certain things that you're only going to be able to learn just you and God, you by yourself. And there's seasons where it's just you by yourself, but then there's also seasons of community where you got to be around people, you got to be able to have conversations, you got to be able to have accountability, you got to have iron sharpens iron. And if you look at even what Jesus did, like when he was around a bunch of crowds, you know, he did what he had to do, but then he always retreated to go and have conversations and to be by himself with his Father. And so I think as creatives and just in life, you have to have a balance of being able to be present with your people, but also detaching yourself sometimes and just having that quiet time with you to be able to kind of like tap in. And so like whatever your creative process is, like I find for me that I learn a lot of stuff in community. So like right now I'm motivated because I'm in community, right? Like I'm being inspired by just being here, right? And so that inspiration, I'm going to take that and I'm going to go into my quiet place and figure out what I'm supposed to do with that inspiration. So that's the balance for me, because if you're always on, you never get a chance to sit back and reflect and rest, for one, but also just to like think about what you've been able to accomplish and celebrate yourself.
Yeah, that was nice.
I think that's what makes it difficult in this season, right? Because, you know, the fact we've had conversations where we went years without putting out music. Now I'm seeing like you putting out stuff. If I feel like every week he dropping something, you know what I mean? You had the joint with Slime Time. I'm like, oh, this is like he really got momentum. Like y'all going. And so I think it's amazing because seeing how we had conversations back then and then seeing where you are now, I'm realizing that there's seasons, there's ebb and flows to these things. You know what I mean? So that's how I do it. I got my season of community, but then I got time where I got to kind of pull back and just be with me and God as I'm figuring stuff out.
I agree.
Yeah, facts. That was well said.
Yeah.
In a season like that, do you think you're able to still make music?
I think so. I think in that season, I'm able to create, especially in the by myself season. It may be stuff that I never put out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was more so like to me, because for me, when I'm making music, like it's more so like therapy. Like I'm trying to figure stuff out. So my mom, she always talks about like, so how did you deal with, my mom growing up, she crack cocaine addiction. My dad wasn't around. She's like, how did you deal with it? And writing was how I dealt with it. So it'd be stuff that I would write music or whatever, but nobody would ever hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm still creating and I'm trying to learn to always be creating. I think even when I'm 80, I'm gonna be writing. You know what I'm saying?
It's so interesting when you say that, bro. I think I also just realized that that's what music has been for me. I think I was on display very, very early because, again, like even going back to when my uncle was saying freestyle, like after a little bit, I got kind of nice for a 4-year-old, you know what I'm saying, or for like a 5-year-old, to where he was like, nah, like, all right, we finna go downstairs at the family function. Like, you want to see what all the adults is doing and kicking it? Yeah, you pull up down here, you can see everything that's going on. You just gotta rap. Like, that's easy. I was definitely that. But I say that to say, like, I was on display early, so I think there was always an element of being observed or being responded to that kind of distracted me from realizing that now when I'm writing and when I'm actually in a creative space, this is where I feel like I can genuinely express myself. I don't like talking over people. I don't like asking for attention. I don't like competing for attention. Like that's not part of like how my character is built. So a lot of times if I feel like it's a lot going on, I'll kick it. Like I'm sitting back, you know what I'm saying? Even if I do feel like I have something good to contribute, or even if whatever, I'm just not the type of person that's going to try to force my way into, you know, being heard. And that being said, the music for me feels like a place where it's uninterrupted. Like I can say my thought, I have a second to take a deep breath and then continue my statement without somebody else jumping in, and you know, and that feels great to me. And so it's interesting for you to bring that up, because during those times when it is like I'm in that self-reflection season, or I'm in a season where I don't want to I don't feel like being so expressive out to the world. Before, to me, that would mean, all right, we'll put the music away then, because music come with you being expressive to the world, and you gotta. Right. But now I'm starting to realize that it's actually not that. That's something that you keep even closer to you during those, you know, times of solitude, because that's the reason why you started it in the first place.
You think about that?
Yeah, for me, that's how it is. Yeah, yesterday we was at the show for Nashe Iman. We was all up in the green room about to go perform, just encouraging each other. You know, Lan was saying some words, but Kent was like, because Imani was just like, let's go have fun. Remember to have fun. And she was saying like, I got to remind myself of that too, and I felt that. But in response to that, Kent said like, people are just pulling up to watch us do what we do all the time. They just want to observe us do what we are already doing on a regular basis. And that was really like a good perspective shift to me, because that is who we are as creatives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm at the crib or I'm driving in the car or whatever it is, that's just, I'm rapping the song, whether it's my song or one of my favorite songs or whatever. So just realizing again that like the things that you do don't necessarily have to be edited so much. They can just be presented and shared, and whoever connects with it connects with it.
One of the biggest art pieces that you put out last year was Godspeed, 100%, and I love that album. To say myself, you feel me? I rock with it, you know. And I think that in it, it's a lot of topics of you being honest and vulnerable. And I know you say you've been rapping since you was about two to four. And since as you develop with your rapping skills, when did you really find out? Because I think your music is very honest as you are as a person. When did you really just find out, like, if I'm going to do music, I'm just going to be honest? Because some people have things where they make up stuff, where they make up stories and things. But you're very honest though, so I want to know when you find out, like, if I'm rap, I'm just gonna be very honest. And I have a two-part. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna let you answer this. I have a question after. So you being honest, when you find out that's my way of rapping?
I'm my only option because I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are genuine and who are honest. So if you're not being honest, they can pick up on that easily, and they respond to that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even always people responding to it in a malicious way. Like, you know, sometimes you might just be in a space and you can tell somebody don't really feel comfortable or they don't feel, you know, for whatever reason, and then they respond in a certain way to that, and we just kind of let them rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't include them in certain conversations, or just the energy is different because you can tell that everybody is not settled in the same way. So that being said, I really realized I didn't have no option. I didn't have no option for me, for how I am, because I like to.
Because your mom and your papa always been hear the music, and it's gonna be like, this
ain't you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
Exactly.
I have to hear this.
Exactly.
I gotta be honest.
I gotta be honest. Yeah, nah, facts. But see, then on the same time, you know, it's interesting because my homies will hear my music and be like, bro, why don't you be talking about this and that and that? Like, why are you leaving that out too? So, yeah,
Real Ceez.
honest, and I think that's been something that's been really cool, and that's what makes Godspeed actually more special, is because I'm a little bit more vulnerable and I'm a little bit more transparent, and I'm showing different elements of myself that aren't always highlighted. But yeah, in general, when I first started making music, I just knew I was surrounded by honest people. I think that that's cool anyway, and I don't want people to respond to a fake version of me, good, bad, or indifferent. Because if you rock with a fake version of me, then I can't take credit for that, or I can't really feel encouraged about that. And then if you have an issue with the fake version of me, it's like, dang, now I gotta navigate, you know, whatever it is, how I feel about the way people responding to me, but that's not even me. They responding to the facade. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think just in general, like in this life, that is our challenge, is to be honest with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And navigate to self-honesty. And regardless of the external, there's things that are happening internally that mean something based on how you decide to present yourself. So I want to make sure I'm encouraging and I'm like nurturing my inner self, and that means being honest. You know what I'm saying? That means being honest. I don't gotta, you know, pour my whole life out. I'm a private person in general, so I think that you can still be intentional, you know, with how much you share or how you phrase something. But I'm gonna definitely be telling the truth.
Yeah, that's why the last album cover was interesting with old girls hand on your head. I know you're a private person, so I'm like, all right, what he throwing a subliminal out there, what's going on, what he doing? You know what I mean? So that was interesting.
So can't resist, man. We got a lot more coming where that came from as well. Yeah, that's just part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm in public, or if I'm interacting, or just, you know, whatever it is, there's plenty of things that come with that. So I got a lot of loved ones around me that encourage me, you know what I'm saying, to share, like, again, like the different parts of my creativity, or like different bags that I don't usually be in, and I feel like it's beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, it gives people a holistic view of who they interact with.
So July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Tell us about the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can people get more information? Like, why should they pull up?
They should pull up, one, because if you like hip hop, if you like music, if you like whatever, this is going to be an excellent musical experience, just hands down. If you like live music, simple. You know, we're going to have a full band arrangement. So, Rich, to your point, like the album that we put out, Godspeed, that we put out last year, it's the first time that's going to be performed, you know, in its entirety. I performed a few songs here and there, you know what I'm saying? We had some different experience with it. It's the whole album. And everybody that's on the album.
The whole album is crazy.
It's
ain't no you.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be the full album getting performed. It's gonna be every artist that's featured on the album is gonna be present, you know, performing their piece of it. We got keys, we got guitar, we got bass, we got a drum player, of course. We got saxophone, myself on vocals. So yeah, we're doing the full production, if you will. And I think people should pull up, you know, for those reasons, but also like, you know, culturally and community wise, this is definitely one of those moments. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of people in attendance who are equally passionate about what they're doing and have also had like serious levels of influence in the spaces that they operate in. I think it'll be a cool, just, you know, meeting of those people to be in the same space for a good reason. So I
want to know, what does Godspeed mean to you?
Godspeed is like a salutation. You know what I'm saying? Usually when somebody's about to leave or somebody has something that they have to do, Godspeed is like what you would say to them, like, all right, Godspeed. You know, I'm wishing you the best in that endeavor. And that's definitely something that like sticks with me as far as that meaning goes. But also it's like the God's speed. So I separate, you know, those two terms. And for me, especially for this album, it's a reminder that like, oh, you're not in control of this time. You know, we talked about how I've been making music since I was a kid, you know, and it was very early on that I had thoughts or ideas about how music would show up in my life and when that would happen and whatever. But as I get blessed to still be in this space and continue and grow, I realize like, oh, the art that I'm a part of is much larger than I thought initially, which means that I need to be patient, you know what I'm saying, and sit still and allow God's speed to be the pace that we're moving at. So those are like the two main meanings for me for God's speed.
Don't stop rapping.
Man. That was bars. Thank you, bro.
All right, man. So for those who don't know, like, what's next after the Godspeed live experience? Like, what else we got going on? Like, what should we be looking forward to?
I'm chilling for a second.
I'm about to go back inside.
We're doing a crazy run, so it's okay to chill. It's okay to get there
for a second. Yeah,
you back to Senegal, because you know you be
right.
International run.
No, I think I'm gonna go to Arizona. Okay. My birthday is July 2nd. The show is on my birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, man. The show is on my birthday. Godspeed. Facts. Godspeed.
It's awesome.
And I'm turning 30, so it means something. Like, yeah. That's a whole other part of the conversation.
It is. 30's amazing, man.
Nah, 30 is that, bro. I don't know what it is actually, but I can feel, you know, you just feel those shifts. They always talk about like them transitional moments, you know, how stuff will be, etc. But I was just saying that to say my birthday is on July 2nd as well. And that's another reason to pull up, because I want to have love around me. I just want to have love around me. So there's that. But afterwards, I'm thinking of going to Arizona, bro. Okay. I've heard good things about Arizona. Yeah, like different little spots. I love history. I know it's mad, like, you know, ancient geoglyphs. Oh, yeah. You know, they got Grand Canyon and beautiful weather and scenery and all that. So I'll probably get out the way for a second and sit still.
And it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot.
Dry.
You know, keep that in.
You know what I'm saying? 4-wheelers. Yeah, facts. All that. Find some pools to kick it in. Yeah. I think
Shout out to Arizona. Shout out to Arizona.
Man. But yeah, so whether it's there or wherever, like, I'm gonna just get out the way. I'm gonna sit still for a second. But I have been working on a lot of music, bro.
Good.
I've been working on a lot of music. I've been collaborating with some artists that I really rock with. I've been writing and recording on my own. So I think I'm gonna still be releasing stuff like quite regularly. Good. But the thought is that I just may not be so much like outside. Yeah. You know, it's not necessarily gonna be a big show that
we still gonna hear from you. We just ain't gonna, you know what I mean? It may not be like the Godspeed live experience every week. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but speaking of that, one thing we're doing with More Life and the Say More podcast, we are giving you guys a chance to be able to come and see the show, because I want to get everybody there.
Yeah.
That can get there as possible. So, If you comment on like our post, Godspeed, and tag a friend you want to come to the concert with, you'll get a chance to be able to win a pair of tickets to the show. So make sure you do that. That's something that we're doing. So
tap in,
man. Tap in. Tell them again what we doing, when it's gonna be happening, so we
July 2nd, 7 p.m. Maroon Culture Lab. This is really gonna be a special night. It's gonna be a special night. Tickets are available right now, so y'all can go and copy y'all's tickets. Like y'all was saying, if y'all comment and and tag the person that you want to pull up with, you might be somebody who's able to win, a pair of tickets. But that being said, July 2nd, that's a Thursday, 7 p.m. is when doors open. We're going to have merch. We're going to have resource tables present. Y'all get to kick it and chop with more life in person, and then we're going to have a lot of love out there. So, please pull up.
And it's his birthday.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
There it is, man. Well, this is the first, Say More podcast. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's the first one ever.
Oh, it's lit.
First one ever, bro.
It's hard.
This is the first one, man. And so we appreciate y'all. Appreciate Slime Time Rich. Appreciate Key. Appreciate Xavier. And our special guest, Ceez, Chris, all caps, no cap. Hey. I made that up, by the way.
Take that audio mic.
But nah, seriously, man, if you want information about free mental health resources, tap in with us at morelifetoday.org. Again, that's morelifetoday.org. Even after trauma, there's still more life. We got a Say More event coming up, I believe, in July as well. So y'all stay posted on that. But peace. We out.
Free.
Free.
I just wanna be.
A story I have, bro. Talk about rape. Talk about capturing music, bro. I used to be in college when I started rapping.